I am so glad that Love is Blind has come to the UK. I live in the UK and I've enjoyed this show from the very, very beginning. So from the days of Cam and Lauren, and I've been meaning to do reviews and never really got the chance. And here I am doing it. I've enjoyed watching people like Dr. Honda, Psychology in Seattle. I've learned a lot from his reviews of Love is Blind. I also enjoyed some other people that do it from a standpoint of just personal interest in love. People like Queen E, people like Roxy Says, I've quite enjoyed as well. And also Tate's Take. I love Tate's Take because it's more about TV and social media. I've recently finished doing my training as a counselor and I want to use some of my knowledge here, but I do want to focus on more of the experience of life rather than theory and hypotheses. I just want to have fun with this, and I love love. You know, I love seeing how people relate with each other and why they relate with each other in that way and what they can do to improve their relationships. Hopefully you can learn from my take. Hopefully you can learn from my take. I'm glad it's come to the UK. If you've enjoyed this and you want me to do some more reviews, I'll be happy to do that. So let me know, comment down below and let me know you want me to do some more reviews. Let's get started. We are going to start with the first episode. So I'm just going to be watching and seeing what happens.
What brings you into Love is Blind?
Honey, I'm here to find my husband.
Welcome to Love is Blind UK.
Here, you will choose someone to marry.
I love you.
Without ever...
One thing I've noticed is that the cast seem to be of, mature age, is of similar age, in their 30s. What we've seen in the past with other Love is Blind, international Love is Blind, I think Sweden was quite mature as well. The rest, I haven't seen Japan one, but I've started watching Mexico, which I thought was really great as well. Lots of drama. And what's interesting about all of the Love is Blinds, international Love is Blind, is that they all have different flavors and culture. And you can really see it come alive in these people in the different countries. Like the Brazil one, there is a lot of sort of sensual, something different, and then you go to America, it feels more traditional, like I'm looking for love, for traditional marriage type thing. And in the UK, what I gathered as I'm watching now, I'm seeing a bit more seriousness. These people mean business. They're thinking about love more consciously. What does it mean for them, values, and they're really asking the right questions, and that feels really nice.
Saying how tall everyone is, man, it's crazy.
I don't think that's my superpower anymore right here.
Yeah. It normally works when you guys a good chat line, like you don't have to say anything. Oh, you're tall.
No,
now it's like...
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I wonder what that says about him. And I think what we're going to come to find out with Sam, that's his name. He's 32, I believe. In my notes, I've written desperate guy. He says something about people being tall. And I wonder if there's some insecurities there about himself. So yeah, let's keep watching.
What has brought you all here today?
In my opinion, it's the men. I'm struggling, essentially, to find someone who has the same life goals and wants to find the same eventuality, which is marriage in my case.
There's something that's been going on that I've been noticing about gender wars. She's saying that the issue is the men. Somebody who's looking for similar life goals and wants the same eventuality in life, which is to get married. What I've been noticing over the last few years happening is that women are complaining that men are immature, men are not looking for, they don't have the right kind of values to be in a marriage. They're kind of looking for a mum to look after them and not really bring the same kind of effort in marriage, in a relationship. So yeah, I wonder if we're going to be seeing Shirley.
In my case.
I'm looking to connect with someone on the deepest, most profound emotional level that I can. I find that can be taken out of dating nowadays. You're worried about how she thinks you look.
Connor is talking about emotional depth, connecting on an emotional depth. Again, going back to this conversation about whether men are mature, can they really do the emotional depth? So that's what he's looking for. So yeah, this would be the best place to come, right? Because you don't get to actually see the person. And I think somebody else was talking about
the dating world. It's very superficial, and it's like 1-2 dates and then they're upgrading on to the next person.
So Natasha, who we'll later see, I think she makes a connection with Steve, or is it Tom, I think. And she actually has lost a lot of weight, and she's saying that the dating scene is superficial, couple of dates, and then you move on to somebody else. Yeah, something about the physical, maybe some insecurities there around the physical side of things. But maybe she just does want to connect with somebody on a more emotional level and go past second date.
So, is love truly blind?
forward.
If you're ready to find out, all you got to do is walk through those doors, because the pods are now open!
I don't know if I've said this already, but I feel like everybody's so mature. They seem mature. They're all in their 30s, late 20s, which I think is such a good age to be looking for a long-term partnership.
Why are you a catch?
I'm a catch. I'm a catch because I'm a caring person. I've got a lot to give somebody, a lot of love, and I'm a very affectionate person.
What do you do for work?
I'm a funeral director.
Okay, Freddie's a funeral director. He's 32, good age. And he says he's caring. He does come across as caring. But why is he a catch? And he says, because I'm caring, I'm affectionate, and which, he does have that aura, but obviously we don't know him. I don't know him. But at the same time, I feel like for you to really be looking for marriage, or for a long-term relationship like that, you want to be saying more than just caring and affection, right? That's like a given in a way, But what else do you bring, in terms of thinking about longevity, thinking about sustainability of the marriage? Caring, yes, care will go a long way, but what does that actually mean when you say care? What does affection mean? Are you thoughtful? Are you considerate? Care could mean a lot of things, couldn't it?
I'm a funeral director.
What?
It has affected my dating. It limits how I can meet people.
When you see dead bodies, are you just like absolutely fine with it?
Nice montage of funeral directing. I think Netflix here ran with it. And I think Freddie is kind of enjoying the reactions as well that he's getting from these women. What? You work with dead people? So that's a bit funny to watch.
My love life's been dead for a while. I'm desperate to meet my soulmate. And my mum's been going on at me about how she wants grandchildren. So got to try and get her some.
Does he want kids? Is he doing it for the family? Or is he just saying that? Because in the British culture as well, there's this sort of quiet, self-deprecating thing that the British people tend to do. So there might be, I think there's truth to that, but at the same time, it's like, it's said in a very light way, so it's really hard to tell if it's, is he just following the norm, or what does he really want? And what does he mean by soulmate, But of course, it's only just a small snippet, so yeah, there might be some real depth. There's something warm about Freddie. I do like him.
You're going to say you go twice a day?
Yes, I do.
How did you know? What the hell? I don't get that. What? How did you know that?
I just fell off my chair.
Oh my God, I'd high five you right now, but I can't.
I'm high five in the air.
I'm high five in the air as well. Yeah, but I'm exactly the same.
Do you have any siblings, Freddie?
I have, yeah. I've got a brother and a sister. He's got Down syndrome, my brother. He's absolutely amazing.
It's really hard to gauge the first few, dates that they have, especially the first date. And also because it's edited, Netflix is showing us what they think the connection between these two people is. And I can see Catherine, who's 29 and dental nurse, is connecting with Freddie quite well, but we don't know how the other dates have gone. She seems to be taken well to him, and they've got good banter between them. They're laughing quite well together. Seems to be a nice warmth between them. Yeah, let's keep watching.
Guys just look at me and they just think long hair, physique, six-pack, but really all they're thinking is sex.
So Cathrine is fit. She goes to the gym a few times a day. And she's saying that most men look at her and they think, sex. So does that mean that she's wanting something real now? Is she open and ready for that? There's something about being physically fit and knowing that you have that and that people are attracted to that you can live in that world, and sometimes it's hard to divorce yourself from it. So I wonder if she has divorced herself from her looks in a way that she can then open herself up to attracting the kind of relationship that she wants that goes beyond, the skin. So we'll find out.
He's doing like the kind of soft, like...
Lily, I need a minute.
Okay, on to the fun stuff. When you're letting loose, having a good time, what's that look like?
So right away, I'm noticing Cathrine with the difference in the way she's interacting with Ollie, compared to how she interacted with Freddie. Right away, she says, I like your voice. And it's kind of sultry and kind of like, do you know what I mean? So I wonder, and I don't know how far apart those dates were. Was the date with Freddie a lot more, real? I think with this date that she's having with Ollie is a bit more playful, a bit more fun, a bit more almost sexual. There's a sexual energy, like your voice. We'll see if she's going to go into that world of her physique, When I was talking about her living in the world of knowing that she's good looking and she's got a nice body and people are attracted to that, is she playing to that here through the screen? Do you know what I mean? Is she sort of projecting her physical attractiveness through the voice by saying, I like your voice? I'm wondering about that.
How do you see, sharing responsibilities?
I want someone who, I can do fun stuff with. Just because you're married doesn't mean you need to sit at home all day.
100%.
I just want to, vibe with them.
Yeah.
And I love a good time.
I think we'd be a good time.
I'm, excited.
Her answer here is interesting. So Ollie's asking, how do you feel about marriage and sharing responsibilities? And she's talking about wanting to have a fun time and not sitting at home all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that, But she's not really answering, how married life would look like. And I think that's what Ollie was asking for. Ollie wanted to know, what would life with me look like? How do we get up in the morning and do stuff together? Maybe even talking about going a little bit deeper, talking about kids, when we have kids or pets or life or businesses. How do we connect those? How do we integrate that life? But she's just kind of kept it light. Again, it's a first date, first meeting, and you don't want to dump your stuff. But I think this is the time where you really want to vet people. Maybe that's just my way. If I was dating somebody, I'd be asking questions like, I would want a more straight answer. I mean, Ollie didn't even say anything. He kind of went with that as well, and they kind of matched on that energy as well, of fun and not staying at home and just doing fun stuff together. But they didn't really answer the question about what married life would look like and sharing responsibilities. But yeah, maybe it's gonna come. Again, it's Netflix is editing the show, so we don't know what else they talked about. But they seem to have a nice energy together. I think Ollie is a salesperson. He's got a nice aura about him as well. There's something a little bit, I don't know, something about him that I can't put my finger on. I think he's got his heart in the right place, but we'll see.
I feel really weird right now.
I feel like I've won.
Don't.
That's how I feel right now.
I'm so happy. I think I could shed a tear if I wanted to.
I've been told that I tend to date with my eyes, so this has allowed me to flip dating on its head.
So Cathrine says his voice is drawing her in. So I wonder if, again, that's speaking to what she's used to in terms of attracting it on a physical level. There's something about voice that is quite superficial, right? If you think about the voice, it's not something you can see, but you do hear it, right? And it's the first thing you hear when somebody, like when you see somebody, you speak to them and you hear. So it's kind of superficial. I wonder what else is there that she felt connected to him about. You know, the date seems to end quite well. But I didn't quite gather anything that was anything profound. Yeah, they could vibe, but yeah, I would like to see them go a little bit deeper. Oh, Ollie says he's been told that he dates with his eyes. So that is, wonder what that says. Probably why him and Cathrine are matching up on a sort of superficial level. He's giving me kind of big D energy type thing as well. I think there's that element to him. He needs to dig deeper. Let's see if he can dig deeper into his other senses, because he's so used to dating on a sort of superficial level. So let's see.
So I think a long-term partner would be the one thing kind of completing the picture, so to speak. Do I have a celebrity lookalike? Yes, I do. I don't think I look like him that much, but I've had people coming up to me and saying I look like Craig David.
Here we go again. Are we going to get another Megan Fox? Last season in the American show, there was a girl, what was her name? Oh my God, I forgot her name now. And apparently people said she looks like Megan Fox. So this season we've got Craig David. But to be honest, I don't quite see it. I see it a little bit, but not so much. But yeah, oh well.
You sound like you're from my neck of the woods.
Okay, you're a London boy.
So what does a typical weekend look like for you? Do you step out with friends, see family, or do you tend to like be a bit of a homebody?
It's interesting that Ollie's asking Demi, who's 30, about what she does on the weekends. And I wonder, I mean, on a first date, yeah, I mean, I've been out of touch a little bit, but I can imagine that, yeah, those are the questions you would be asking. But hopefully they can get deeper. Again, you don't want to get too deep, right? So I get that. So that's fine. I think those questions are quite good. The kind of energy I'm picking up from Demi, she's 30, and I think she seems a bit direct and assertive. You know, there's something about directness, or maybe wanting to be. There seems to be a nice connection there between these two, which is a little bit more dense, but let's see, compared to Cathrine.
I do think physical attraction is important. I want to be able to look at my man and be like, but it's not everything. Even with myself, like sometimes
So the connection between Demi and Ollie seems to be going quite well. It feels kind of friendship vibey for me, and I think that is actually a good solid foundation for a relationship. But I wonder if Ollie can move past his physical looks. If they end up together, are they actually going to connect with each other on a physical level? And can Ollie go deeper in that friendship and get into a space of depth with Demi? And they're connecting with banter, like with sports and boxing and things like that. And I think that's great for them. They will have that to bounce off of each other with. In Demi's confessional, she's talking about the physical looks, that it's not everything. And she also tends to friend zone people. I wonder why she feels the need to do that, or what in her makes her friend zone. Does she feel she's worthy of being loved for who she is and what she looks like and how she looks like? I wonder. But also she kind of paused in this confessional saying that something about the physical look, and then she kind of paused and said, this is not everything. So I wonder what else was going on in her head. Maybe there must be, I think there's some pain there of maybe being bullied or something for the way she looks. There's something there. I feel for her.
even with myself, like sometimes I'm 2 stone heavier 1 month, and then like 4 months later I'm 2 stone lighter, and like I'm still me. I want love. Every little girl wants that fairy tale ending, and I could potentially have that.
Every little girl wants that, and I could potentially have that. You do deserve it, Demi, and you will get it, whether it's with him or somebody else on the show, who knows, or maybe somewhere outside of your life. But yeah, I wonder if she feels she deserves love.
I'm so confused right now because there is, and I'm right here.
You know, you're not. I really like Ollie. I feel comfortable and I feel like he's a bit of a cheeky chap.
I wonder if Demi is an Aries and Ollie feels like a Gemini, or maybe some Gemini energy in his birth chart somewhere. I don't know. Maybe some Aries as well. Or Scorpio, actually, because there's that sexual vibe that's coming out of him. You know, that sensuality and that there's depth in him. But I don't know if he taps into that enough. But we'll see as it goes. They are connecting with some competitive banter here. I think it's a good thing. There's that friendship vibe. But if they don't watch that, it might cause some issues in terms of real competitiveness in the future in that relationship. But it could also be that something that makes that relationship stronger. They could just be the kind of couple that is competitive and they don't take it too seriously. So yeah, hopefully that works for them.
I wanted to tell him about things that are sensitive to me, but I also didn't want to like throw it on too thick with him. So I was just probing a little bit. So do you want a family?
Yeah, I do want kids.
So in Demi's confessional, she's talking about not wanting to throw too much all at once about herself and things like that. I think that's a good thing, as we know. On the first date, you don't want to trauma dump, you don't want to share too much, overshare basically. You want to keep things light, but at the same time you want to be yourself, right? And I feel like she's kind of holding back a little bit. You know, and I wish she could just go ahead and say and be herself, you know, because at the end of the day, you're talking to somebody through the wall. It's almost like swiping, right? And chatting away. You want to weed away the bad weeds, right? So maybe this is not the person for you. So bring all of your personality out as much as you can to the degree that feels comfortable, I suppose, where you're not actually trauma dumping on someone. But yeah, I wonder if she's holding back, and I wonder if that's also tied to her sense of self and sense of worth in herself. So yeah, we'll see.
Because I understand that obviously some people literally can't have kids. Some people don't want to have kids.
Oh, wow. I actually love that you just said that, though. You have to be mindful with that conversation, right?
100%.
Ollie is saying he doesn't mind if he has kids. He wants to have kids, but also he's open to not having kids because he knows that some people might not want to have kids. But what do you want, Ollie? Do you want kids or do you not? Do you value that? Do you value being a father? Is that part of your life script? Is that part of how you see yourself? Or does it only depend on what your partner wants? And I wonder what that says about his personality. Like, I'm just going to go with the flow. So he's giving me a bit of Gemini vibe. Yeah. And I wonder if he's fully defined who he is and what he wants. I'm not saying that there's people that cannot know if they want children. It's possible that he just doesn't know and he's like, I'll just go with the flow and see. But I feel like it's such a big decision in life to not know, a big value in life to not know whether you want kids or not, you know. But you could also not know. So to play the devil's advocate, because not everybody's cut from the same cloth anyway. But it could also be speaking to the fact that he's maybe not so well defined yet, not so aware of self yet, of what he wants. I wonder. But she seems to be taking that well. She's like, oh, that's really noble of you to actually be open to deciding with your partner what life looks like with or without children.
I'm so glad we spoke today, you know, because I do genuinely believe that like a solid foundation for a relationship, and in this case a marriage, is a friendship, and I already feel like I've got that with you.
He feels that a solid foundation is with friendship of a relationship, which is great. And that's exactly what I said. But I wonder if he's going to eat his words, because he's been known to date with his eyes. Is that going to take precedence, or is he going to live by what he believes, which is that a good relationship is founded on a good friendship, which he seems to be having with her? Is he going to make that decision, or is he going to go for something else? When he left the room, he said, she's cool. I like her. Keeping it very simple, very small, very quiet. Yeah. I don't know how he felt when he left Cathrine. Yeah. And you might need to go back and watch that. But yeah, it's interesting. We'll see.
I feel like Catherine's giving more like sexual vibes rather than connection vibes. That makes sense. She's pulling at what every man wants. Do you get what I'm saying?
but that's my vibe. I like a girl like that.
Ollie says Cathrine is giving sexual vibes, so he did pick up on that, which is great. That means there's some awareness there. And Demi is more on his level, and I wonder what that level is. Is he talking about the friendship that he felt, that foundation that he's talking about, that he talked about? So yeah, I think he's proving me wrong, but we'll see. And then Charlie, who's 34, gym general manager, says he likes the sexual vibe. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if Charlie's going to feature, but we'll unpack that when we see more of him. But yeah, you got to be careful. If you're only attracted to the sexual side, where's the depth? Right? Sexuality is great because it is a part of connection with someone. But you need to be able to hold a conversation with someone. You need to be able to feel safe and comfortable with someone. Sexual connection is not going to give you that safety, right? You want to be able to feel secure in yourself when you're around that person, not just on the physical level, but on an emotional level, that you can say things that you are concerned about, worried about, be able to resolve conflicts together. But yeah, I know it's just one line, you know, he likes the sexual, maybe that's how he gets into the relationship. But then, yeah, I would be wary of just being sexually attracted to somebody. I would want to really get into the emotional side of that relationship quite quickly. If you've enjoyed this and you want me to do some more reviews, I'll be happy to do that. So let me know, comment down below and let me know you want me to do some more reviews.